Hello, my name is Lucas Miller, and today we'll be learning about Scarborough's reading rope. When you tend to think of a skilled reader, you don't tend to think about how complex it can be to become a skilled reader. But in actuality, it is very complex, and Scarborough's reading rope provides a good model of the skills needed in order to become a skilled reader. For the Scarborough's reading rope, you have an upper strand and a lower strand. The upper strand is language comprehension, and the lower strand is word recognition. As you can see, at the end of each strand, there are specific skills needed in order to have a strong language comprehension and to be strong in word recognition. For the upper strand, these skills include background knowledge, vocabulary, language structure, verbal reasoning, and literacy knowledge. For the lower strand, specific skills needed are phonological awareness, decoding, and sight recognition. It's important to note that if one strand is weaker than the other strand, it will affect the whole reading rope. You need to have both strands need to be equally strong in order to become a skilled reader. I will now be going into detail about language comprehension and word recognition. Okay, the upper strand of the Scarborough's reading rope is language comprehension. Specifically, I want to talk about vocabulary skills. Having strong vocabulary skills allows the ability to read a wider variety of books. It also allows you to read at a faster pace because you don't have to figure out what every word means. If you know more vocabulary words, you will understand what the story is about better than if you didn't have those vocabulary skills. If you didn't have strong vocabulary skills, you would be taking more time to having to learn those vocabulary skills than already automatically knowing them. A good classroom activity for practicing strong vocabulary skills in the classroom is Pictionary. Students can draw a picture of a vocabulary word, and the class will have to guess what the vocabulary word is and what the word means. That second part about knowing what the word means is very important because it will help it will help their knowledge of the word. A good example of this is having the word hibernation and having the picture of a bear sleeping. So the student would have to guess that the bear sleeping is the word hibernation, and he would have to know what the word hibernation means. The lower strand is word recognition, and specifically with word recognition is having the skill of phonological awareness. This is the ability to recognize sound parts in spoken language. A good example of this is the word spoon. You have two sounds going on with the word spoon. You have the sound, the sp sound, and you also have the sound. And together, these two sounds sound out the word spoon. A good classroom activity for this would be I Spy. You could play I Spy with vocabulary words around the room, and a good example of this is saying, I spy a word with two syllables, and the word being is basket. The word has two syllables because it has bass and then kit. That is all I have about Scarborough's reading rope, and I hope you enjoyed the video. Thank you very much.